Look, they tricked us. You're not supposed to love it unless I'm half nude, nipples protruding through on the video shoot, but you already know what I'm about. A self-sponsored headhunter, red, black, and green on my medallion, a black fist on my afro pick.
Let's do it. All right. We ready. You ready?
I'm ready. She ready.
Let's do it. All right. Welcome, everybody, to the Speak Your Life podcast. My name is Andre, and today's special guest has been a poet for over 20 years, holds a Master's of Fine Arts from Queen's University, is a huge vegan advocate, and is a 2021 Grammy-nominated poet. Please welcome Queen Sheba.
What up, though? How are you?
Pretty good. How are you feeling?
Good. Thank you for having me on your It was the Speak Your Life?
Speak Your Life.
Speak Your Life. That's right. Speak Your
Yeah.
Life podcast, Andre. I appreciate you.
I'm glad you're able to come, and the traffic's been crazy.
Oh,
ridiculous
it's All-Star
in Atlanta.
Weekend. I don't know. Is this live? Or are they going to see it later?
They're going to see it later. Yeah.
This is All-Star Weekend, and it took me 45 minutes to go 7 miles.
Oh yeah. It's crazy.
I was like, it's real. This is real.
This is real.
It's
this
really
is
happening.
this is Atlanta.
Yes,
welcome to Atlanta if you haven't been.
Man.
So, but yeah, you got the cool glasses on there. Oh, I see.
Thank you. These are from Goodwill. These cost me $5.
This shirt, Goodwill. Pants, Goodwill.
Yeah, and you Polo Fresh.
Yes, and the shoes too. They ain't ready, y'all. I like to. Me and my cousin used to call us GW Fashion. That's what we call it.
I literally was like, oh, these could be like my cycle glasses, and I just threw them on. I was like, these are cool.
Yeah, it reminds me of something Anderson .Paak would wear.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah, I was listening to the new song with Bruno Mars.
Yes, I was too.
10 times in a row, I was listening to it.
Such a good song. Yes.
I can't wait for this album. It's gonna be so.
And as a DJ, I was like, oh, I'm mixing this.
Oh man,
yeah.
it was fire. Like I don't even know how to describe it. I was like putting my feelings.
Yeah.
Like I was in the 70s, even though I wasn't born then. So
there's another song that reminds me. Her name is Vanessa something, and it's called "Ass Like That." It has the old school vibe.
That old school feel.
Vibe.
Yeah.
So good.
That groovy feel. Yeah.
Shout out to Vanessa. I don't even know you, but your
I don't
song
know
is
who Vanessa
great.
is, but shout out to you. But anyways, we can go ahead and get started, y'all. So you ready to speak your life?
I'm ready to speak my life.
Let's do it. So basically, we like to ask everybody here on the podcast. There's two questions. Mark Twain always said that there's two most important things, and that's the day you were born and the day that you knew why. So
the day that you knew why. Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
So talk to us. You don't have to give us a direct date, but talk to us about maybe the era, the culture, what was going on during that time that you were born, and then give us that journey to knowing why you were born.
So that's funny because I usually lie about my age. So what was really happening when I was born? I was born in the 70s.
That's okay.
It is okay.
Embrace it, y'all. You gotta embrace it.
I be on Hinge lying about my age. They be like, "Ooh, girl." I'm like, "Yep." It was the late 70s, and what was going on then was definitely a boom of black culture in fashion. The big hats, the bell bottoms.
That's right.
So the disco balls, the pimp era. I never knew if it was really real about the fish bowl shoes. I guess that was I wasn't around to see that, but
I only see it on the movies, so that's all.
Only in the movies, and so then I went into the 80s, where there's that pop culture fashion, and then late 80s, early 90s was when Will Smith crossed over, so that was kind of my life, and then Kumo D, LL Cool J, the Roxanne, the real Roxanne, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, so the whole Black Power movement was happening in hip hop. And I was adopted into an all-white family in Detroit.
Wow.
Not in the suburbs. And so I'm walking around with my afro, my hair big, and my red, black, and green leather medallion. Like, I'm black, y'all. And I'm black. They're like, okay. So my parents were hippies. They were cool, very liberal.
Peace and love.
Yes, they were definitely rolling up weed on the... I know that sounds cliche, but I promise you my parents were rolling up weed on the album covers when I would sneak downstairs. Looking like...
Wait, what you doing?
Right. So that was happening around my my born era, and then when did I know why? Was probably around 2001-ish when I got fired from Bank of America, and I started doing spoken word full time. I was doing it part time before then, was introduced to it. A few months into me doing spoken word, I got fired because I was living in Norfolk, but Norfolk, Virginia is like 3 hours from DC. It's 5 hours from Philly, 6 hours from New York. So you literally could go up and down the East Coast. Up and burning up 95 and doing all these poetry spots, and then it's in the middle enough where you could also go down to the Triangle, to the Raleigh, Durham, Cary area where all the colleges were. So we were just jumping in my little Acura at the time, and gas was 99 cents at the time, just burning up the freeway, and I would come in late, and then I was starting to come into my consciousness, and then my hair went from a perm to an afro, and then I shaved my head bald. They was like, oh, nah, bitch, you gotta go. Like, you're doing too much for Bank of America. So I got fired from there, not for that, for another long story, but... But I mean, it was on kind of all wrapped into it, and I feel like if I hadn't been fired from Bank of America, I probably would have stayed comfortable and would have done poetry part time and then had a full time career. But I've been able to make my life, and I thank God for it that I'm still popping in these streets.
That's right.
Still relevant, son. You know what I mean? Still putting out books and albums and videos and TikToks and shit.
Y'all hear the New York essence coming out.
Yeah,
that's
you know what I'm saying?
I always say, like, people who had the most state pride is from Texas. People who have the most city pride from New York City. That's what it is. It's never gonna change.
It's so funny, but I'm from Detroit, so I don't know. We don't really have an accent. It's just kind of we say pop.
I don't know why I said it's like you give off this New York essence. I don't know what it is, even though I know you're from Detroit. Like, I don't know. I guess maybe because I know you went to Queens University, all that stuff, but I don't know.
So people always, I'm trying to go live. People always say that, right? But it's not Queens College. It was Queens University out of Charlotte.
Really?
Yeah. So people, when I put that on Facebook, I was like, "Hey, I got accepted to Queens for grad school." Everyone's like, "Oh my God, I'm coming to visit you in New York." And I was like, "Yeah,
that's misleading."
No, it's Charlotte, you guys. It's Charlotte. So,
oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. Because I just had.
I'm in an interview.
What's up?
What up? We live.
Yeah. Speaking Live podcast. What's up, y'all? We live. We live on. We live here. We live everywhere. But man, but yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So you said 2000, 2001. You were figuring out things, leaving Bank of America, and
no, not leaving. They fired me. Let's say what it is.
Well, yeah. She was
fired.
She was nicely transitioned out.
Yes, I really feel like that was my Orisha. My Oya. This is Oya on my arm. For everybody always asks me that. This is Oya on my arm, and I feel she's in charge of like telling your path or moving you onto your path, and if you're not going the way you're supposed to go on your path, she's like, nah, let me destroy some shit so you can get back on track. And I just feel like I was always supposed to be a spoken word artist, so hey, here I am.
There you go.
And I do a lot of shit. You know what I mean? I do. So this. Which I hope you could come to. What are you doing next Sunday?
Next Sunday.
Coming to my Grammy party.
That's right. I just got booked, yo. I just put in my schedule. Like, it's right there. Yeah. So I actually saw that on Instagram, and I was like, oh, it's a Grammy party, like, for the public. That's cool.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah. Because it's only virtual. So Grammys are only streaming from LA because they had a COVID scare in January. But it was only going to be streaming anyway. Yeah. So I forgot who the host is.
I can't remember either.
It's not Bruno Mars. Who is it?
Like if he did host, that would be really cool.
Is it Hill Harper? No, I forgot who the host is. But anyway, so
I can look it up.
yeah. So it's only streaming, but then somebody from the staff or somebody got COVID. That even though it's only streaming, they were like, no, we're gonna push it back.
Trevor Noah.
That's right.
My guy.
Trevor Noah is the host of the Grammys. And so he's going to be streaming live from LA with the artists that are performing, but they're performing to no audience.
Oh, yeah.
And so people are having Grammy parties around the country. And so Atlanta's Grammy party is Sunday, not this Sunday, but next Sunday, March 14th, during the Grammys from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we will be at 393 Marietta Street at Apache XLR. So go to Apache
Cafe.
We'll
leave the link below. Below.
ApacheCafe.info and get your tickets. Tickets are only $10 in advance. $20 at the door. Reserve yourself a table. So I'm up for a Grammy. My homegirl is up for a Grammy, and then the other poet that's on the album with Robert Glasper, she lives in New York.
Wow.
So should be having her own Grammy.
So there's. I remember you mentioned was it somebody from Beyonce's camp or something like that?
No. So we're up against Chloe and Haley from Beyonce's camp.
Okay.
Yes. So we're up against Chloe and Haley, but it's all good. Whoever wins, but it should be us. You know?
Yeah. I mean,
so we're on Robert Glasper's album.
Okay, yeah. All right.
So we're on Robert Glasper's album called F Your Feelings, and Robert Glasper's album as a whole is up for Progressive R&B Album of the Year.
Okay.
And so if the album wins, we all win.
Nice. And I'll be really honest with you, I don't really listen to him, but I always am open. When I watch the Grammys or when I watch the Academy Awards, I always am open to listening to something like, wow, like this is like, they have all these movies I never even experienced. Yeah. So now it gives me an opportunity to check out new things, new content.
It is interesting because Robert Glasper is early 40s, maybe 42, 43, 44.
Okay.
And so he made that song Calls for Jill Scott.
Okay.
He made a lot of stuff that we listen to, that our age group listens to, but he also makes contemporary jazz.
Okay.
Like his drummer, I think first of all, his drummer is fine. Hello, drummer. But his drummer, I think, is like early 30s, and he used to be a hip hop drummer. Well, he is a hip hop drummer, but to have that kind of hip hop element with contemporary jazz, I think is dope.
Yeah.
You know, so and even his bass player is a dude out of New York. Robert Glasper was not initially from New York. He's from Texas, actually, who moved to New York.
Okay.
And then his bass player is like this funky dude from New York. So he has a really great mix of artists. People. So
wow, I'm excited for you guys.
Thank you. I'm excited for us too. What up, everybody on IG? This is Andre.
Hey, what's good, y'all?
So
awesome.
Come to the party, dress up, whatever that means to you.
All right.
We got a red carpet and a step and repeat. Since this is the only Grammy opportunity we're going to have,
I'm going to come in my GW fashion.
Come on, do it.
Come on, man. Come on.
Do it, bro. Do it.
All right. But so let's rewind a little bit. You know, let's get the audience to get to know you and who you are and all that stuff a little bit more. So what do you, in your opinion, what do you feel like poetry has, and in what way would you feel like poetry has served our people, our communities, and even you personally? What would you say to that?
I hate to sound cliche, but that's okay. It's the truth for me. I appreciate that. Is that poetry has saved my life over and over and over and over again. Even now, I'm not kinda. I hate to use the words. I don't like to use the words just, little, and kinda, right? Because you're not just doing something. You're doing it or you're not.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything little. You're doing it or you're doing it big.
That's right.
And I only like to use kinda because you just do it, claim it, right? So. Right now, I am going through a tough, and it seems like the longest breakup ever. It feels like, I feel like this breakup has been happening for almost 2 years. Then even the last couple months have been the worst. So I've been able to write and help other artists.
Wow.
Right through pain, right through suffering, right through their challenges. Check themselves in their writing. If you're writing the same thing over and over again about your breakups, and it's obviously something that you're doing, you're not setting the right boundaries, you're not, doing
it's
something.
It's not them, it's me.
Yeah. So I have a online course called College of Dope Ass Writers. You can follow us on Instagram.
Okay.
And it started in my living room 3 years ago. And then we grew out of my living room, and then we went to Gallery 992, and we had 25 to 30 people, no audience, every week to come and workshop their poems. And it was a loose structure. We would have BYOB, and then I would have a writing prompt every week, and then people would write and then volunteer. But since COVID hit, I purposely pivoted to a purposeful, intentional online course that people sign up for. It's 8 weeks long. So I teach people how to publish a book in 8 weeks, how to go from novice to performer, from novice to publish, from even if you already have a book, even if you've already self-published a book, I can give you all the insider scoops. Because I work at Clark, I'm always getting places that are looking for, I'm also a creative writing professor at Clark.
Clark Atlanta, shout out.
Clark Atlanta, HBCU.
Atlanta.
So I'm always getting places that are looking for poets, paid positions. It's really great to be tapped into the university. Yeah. And that's really, honestly, one of the reasons that I stayed with Clark is to be able to help people that aren't in college right now or maybe have graduated get the fresh inside scoop on who's looking for authors, who's looking for books, who's looking to publish, and then be able to get all this inside information. So the course is Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. On Tuesdays is writing workshop day. I have special guests. Like I said, I've been doing poetry for 20 plus years, so I have a plethora of special guests come through every week. Nice. And then on Thursday, I teach you how to start your own business. So I help you launch your own business. So I have 17 billion hours for small business startup. I can help you write your PPP and your EIDLs. I can help you write grants. I can give you all the basics for a small business startup. So when this money starts coming through the government, you and your business can be prepared. It's so simple. Small things. Even if you're an artist, if you're a poet or a hip hop artist or a singer or a comedian, if you are not registered with SoundScan, if you're not registered with BMI and ASCAP, even this podcast can get you BMI or ASCAP or Sound Exchange points, which you can get paid from. Wow. So I help you do all of that in eight.
Dropping gems, y'all.
Come through. Please sign up. Our spring course starts Tuesday, March 30th. Okay. So please follow us on Instagram, College of Dope Ass Writers, all spelled out, and you can DM me. My phone number is there, and also the link to sign up for the course is right there. And for the first, let's say, 5 people that DM me and mention this podcast, then I'll give you a 50% off coupon for both days.
The Speak Your Life podcast.
The Speak Your Life podcast. Yep.
What if I do it? What if I'm one of those 5 people? Like right now.
Yeah, do it. Then you can get 50% off. Absolutely. And it's so cheap. I'm going to break it down for you how cheap this is. So at the moment, my first year introductory price, because I always want to make it affordable for our people, it's only $320 for 8 weeks. And first of all, it's tax season time. Are you going to invest in yourself and get this course and get these jewels, or are you going to blow it on clothes and shoes at the mall like you usually do? And if I give you a 50% off coupon, first of all, let's break it down that $320. $320 over 8 weeks is only $40 a week. Yeah. And I just said Tuesday is 2 hours and Thursday is 2 hours. That's $10 an hour.
That's really good.
That's it. I'm not charging $5,000 yet. I'm not even charging $2,000 yet.
We're at the beginning stage, y'all.
Right, because we went from my living room, we went to Gallery 992, and now we're pivoting. We got to bring everybody back over to, the online course. And I want y'all to get these jewels and gems about how to get out here, especially in this digital world, marketing, promotions. Have you heard of Thinkific? Have you heard of Kajabi? Have you heard of those things? You see, exactly.
I'm learning something too.
Come on, and of course you can go look it up right now while you're watching this. But join College of Dope Ass Writers on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram and then DM me. Say, hey, I want to join the class. Or first 10 people or 9 people. Did I say 5 or 10? What did I say? 5.
We might have to change it to 9.
Okay, 9. Next 9 people. We can do 9. I want y'all to be there. The next 9 people that say, I saw you on the Speak Your Life podcast, I will give you a coupon for 50% off. So that means you're going to get 8 weeks, 2 times a week for $160. Yeah. 160 divided by 8 is $20 a week for 4 hours a week of mastery, inclusion, business, and poetry, publishing, and writing. You can't beat that with a bat. $20 a week. This is invested in you, not in me.
That is an investment. Stop looking at, like I said in the last episode, stop looking at things like a cost. This is not a cost. This is an investment.
It is an investment because once I give you the information, you get all the course tools. Of course, you get a graduation package if you graduate, and there are stipulations to that. And you can't be going around missing class and be like, "Oh, I've graduated." No. There's requirements. Exactly. You know, you got homework to do. I'm going to help you get your Dun & Bradstreet number. I'm going to help. I'm going to set you all up. Man. You know, walk you through it week by week, and you know, hey.
Man, that's
9 people. 9 people go to College of Dope Ass Writers right now, and first you got to follow us.
Yeah.
And then you got to say in the DM, "I saw you on the Speak Your Life podcast."
There we go.
And
get your 50% off.
50% off. $20 a week.
Yeah, that's that. I think you said enough for the people. They. See, it's on them now. It's on them. You said what you said your piece.
What's up, Trey Daniels?
What's up, man? What's going on?
You gotta have Trey Daniels on your podcast. He's an amazing Trey Daniels music.
Okay.
He's amazing. He Trey Daniels does the saxophone.
Okay. Cool,
and
cool.
He has a whole band. He's super dope. Let's see who else is on here that you should have on here. Hey, what's up, Sheila?
How about this? We'll get back to those people. Okay. I'm going to ask you a few more questions.
Okay. Cool.
So, like, I know you talked about how you know, breakups, pain, all these things. How poetry has served you individually. How do you think it's served us as a community, as Black people, and stuff like that?
I think that was the original question, right? We got off on a tangent.
It was a two-parter.
It's writing is better than selling drugs, beating up people, misplacing your anger. I wrote a poem one time that says that you can't feel pain in 2 places at the same time. And I learned that from a doctor, actually. So like if your finger hurts, you sprained your finger, they're like, "Oh, well, break your wrist." Like whichever one feels worse, that's what you're gonna feel, right? So I think that the pain of breakups and the mental health for our Black community is we never really think of writing as a resolve, but writing helps you feel like you're talking to someone without really talking to someone. I don't mean without really talking to someone. What I mean is you don't want to tell everybody your business, right? You don't want to call up everybody and wear them down with what's going on, because everybody's going through something, right? Yeah. But writing helps you feel like get out. It helps you feel like you have talked to someone and got it down on paper and get out all your emotions. Yeah. But I do also encourage the number one thing that you should have as far as a small business is a therapist. You should have a therapist. Use your Obamacare, use your medical insurance, use whatever you have and get a therapist. Even if you see your therapist every other week or some sort of regular schedule for the rest of your fucking life. Even if you have to change coaches, it could be your pastor, it could be a life coach. You can switch it up every now and then. It doesn't have to be the same therapist forever, but you should always have someone of a professional level to be able to talk to and bounce things off of. Yes, you can talk to your friends, but we all know that misery loves company, and don't just go to the people that you're gonna be like, "Yeah, girl, fuck him, fuck her." Don't just do that.
That's the echo chamber.
Yeah, that's just people are gathering their allies.
No accountability.
No accountability.
No objectivity.
Right, exactly. You have people around you that are going to say, "I understand how you can feel like that, but can you also look at it like this?"
Exactly.
One of my best friends, Georgia Me, she lives over here on the west side.
Nice.
I was talking to her about my breakup, and I was saying something that I didn't like that was happening, and she was like, "I can see how you feel like that, but look at the bigger picture." I was like, "Fuck the bigger picture! I don't want to be mature!" But then you have to step away from it and be like, "Okay, Jesus, we are in our 30s or 40s or whatever age you are, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, a million.
When you're an adult, you got to take accountability.
You do have to take accountability and responsibility, and not all adults are. So speaking of which,
that is very true. Very true.
I have a book coming out.
Mm-hmm.
It's my second collection of my own poems and short stories called Clemency. How to accept the poems and short stories on how to accept the apologies you'll never receive. And so it is dedicated to my ex, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna put their real name in there or make up a name that they would only know by looking at it.
You might not want to go through litigation issues.
Well, no, these are my poems, and they're not like, fuck you. They're just like,
oh, okay,
this is what happened.
It can get real tricky in the court of law, but I mean,
I'm thinking I was going with the second one anyway. The second name that they would know by reading it, and others may be able to speculate.
Okay, yeah. Maybe your inner circle. Like, oh yeah, I know who. I know who she's talking about. Yeah.
I know who that is. Tyrone over there. What is that comedian who's always doing the animals? Talking about Cordell. Cordell and
I can't remember right now.
Cordell is it? Cordell is always a country boy. Cordell, I love him. He's hilarious.
But you're so right about like how poetry has helped our people. Therapy,
a platform instead of doing illegal or harmful or non-productive or toxic things. Take a step back, write it down. It gets out at least that initial anger. I promise you it does. It may not feel like it. Typing, writing, whatever you do, once you feel angry about something, and you don't even have to have a full thought or a full process. Just if you're feeling angry or anxious about something, just get out your phone, write down what you're feeling then. And I like to call pieces segment cemetery, and I think I'm actually going to add that to this next book. So segment cemetery is where you can, as the reader, can take what I wasn't able to finish and finish it and then publish it as a collaboration piece between the two of us. Nice. So you get my book and then you're like, I got Clemency, and I'm thumbing to the back, let me get this. Hey, me and Queen Sheba wrote this poem together, as long as you quote us both then. So people can publish it on their own.
Wow.
So that's also, June 19th is when I plan on bringing that book out, so maybe I'll come on your podcast before then. But anybody who picks up my book on Amazon, which you can either follow me on College of Dope Ass Writers, since that's what we talked about, but my Instagram is the Queen Sheba, THE, and this is everybody that's on here, the Queen Sheba, THE, Queen, QUEENSHEBA. Just DM me, say, hey, I want to get one of your books, and then you get the second book. You get free entry to the book release party, or if you're not local, then you get the second book for $10.
Oh, nice. That's a good deal, guys. That's a good deal.
Super.
All right, cool. So I was also going to ask you, there's so much amazing poetry out there, from the Mayas, the Langstons, the Phyllis Wheatleys, the Nikki
that's
Giovanni's.
not our. That's cool, but those not our generation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's cool. It's good. People should read the classics. I'm not
the history. That's
I'm not. I'm not tripping off of that. But one reason I started College of Dope Ass Writers is because I remember sitting next to Amira Baraka. I've run into Nikki Giovanni, Sonia Sanchez on occasion during my 20-year career, right? But there was never a reach down and say, hey, Queen Sheba, hey, Mo Brown, hey, Bridget Gray, hey, Ingrid, hey, Liz Straight, hey, whoever my homies are. This is those people I named are my peers.
I was about to say, who are the people that motivate you, that inspire you, that you feel like you're in touch with? Because I know the people that I know, as I'm not in the
Ursula
poetry
Rucker,
circle like you, but like people who are like.
So Ursula Rucker was on the back of all the Roots albums, right? So Jessica Care Moore lived here in Atlanta for a billion. Well, not a billion years. She lived here for a long time and then moved back to Detroit. She's only like 2 years older than me. We both light skinned, long hair, and been on the Apollo, and those are people that I look up to. Mo Brown I haven't talked to in years, but she's an amazing poet out of New York who does activist work and does work in the poetry community. Oh, my friend Candy from Dallas is an amazing, incredible woman organizer. She puts on the Women of the World Poetry Slam every year, which I will be hosting the final stage, which is such an honor. April 7th through 10th, I believe it is, down in Dallas, Texas. I'm about to announce that on Instagram when I leave here.
Yeah. Y'all make sure y'all write this stuff down.
Yeah.
Got a lot of dates and a lot of events to be a part of.
Yes. So, I mean, the biggest thing is I'm always posting poetry stuff. There's stuff all around the country to do. There's Fly Poet. By John Hensley in LA, and I'm not sure if he's gone back to doing his regular scheduled program, but if he is, if you're in LA or a surrounding area, go to that. Go to Busy Bees in San Diego, up in San Francisco. There's so much poetry around the world. I've been to there are poets who've been to way more countries than me, but I've been to 10. I've been to 10 countries, but people have been to 30. They've been to 50. They've been to whatever.
I'm a flight attendant, so I've been to like
30.
Yeah.
For who? Delta.
I'm with United. Yeah.
Oh, boo! What are you doing? This is Atlanta. What is happening right now?
Hey, I went with who went with me.
Hello.
Hello. That's right. But yeah.
How long have you been a flight attendant?
It's been like only like 3 years almost. Okay. Yeah, I'll be 3 years in May.
How do you hopping around?
It's been cool. It's been cool just being able to just see different people from all over the world and get to try different foods, live in different places and stay in different hotels and just interact with so many different kinds of people. It's been amazing. I met, Stephen Colbert. I met Sheila Jackson, Congresswoman from Texas. I met all kinds of people, a dude from HGTV, one of the twins,
nice.
Yeah. So I've met all kinds of people, served all kinds of people.
Oh, the guys.
Yeah, the two guys. The one that the full beard, the longer hair. That's the one that I can't remember his name, but that's the one I met from HGTV. But I met all kinds of people, and it's had so many cool experiences and cool encounters, and I've been just very thankful for the ability to travel and to be able to just see the world beyond Atlanta, beyond the United States. And I think a lot of times in our community, we get I'm not traveling. That's not for us, or going to this place, that's not for us. What do you I think we gotta start breaking those limits and those boundaries and leaping into those places and going to see man, these are the different possibilities. These are the different places where I could live here for a second, while I'm living my life and before I have kids,
One shout out I definitely want to give on here. So Lynn Wright, Lynn Wright's too is up in Toronto. They don't say the other T either, Atlanta.
To the 6.
Yeah, to the 6. So tonight I am performing in Toronto on When Sisters Speaks. It's a virtual show that we taped a couple months ago that we were supposed to do live the 20-year anniversary last year, me and my friend Masterpiece from Dallas. And then we started coronavirus over there. We didn't start it, but I'm saying that's where we were when coronavirus was hit the world, and they were like, no, go back home.
No.
So we didn't get to perform live. So this year, Dwayne Morgan, in January, he was like, hey, can you tape your performance and send it? So tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is When Sisters Speaks. So you can still buy tickets. Go to When Sisters Speaks either on Instagram or upfromtheroots.com, and then you can still buy tickets for tonight and see me live, something I just taped a couple of weeks ago. So
and so as we conclude things and just kind of this conversation that we've been having, what do you feel are some of your, I know you've covered all kinds of topics in your in all of your different videos and live events and stuff like that, politics, relationships. What do you feel are some of your top things or things that you really love to cover? If you had maybe a top 2 or number 1 subject, what would it be?
Self-help, better yourself-ish type of work, introspective. If I only had it, if God came down and was like, you can only write about 2 topics forever, that it would be social, political, what's going on in our everyday. Even if I had just had to stick to Atlanta, if God was like, you can only stick to Atlanta subjects and whatever else, then it would be social, political events that tie into people of color, community, that affect us daily. And it would definitely be self-empowerment poems. I want people walking away from my set feeling empowered, feeling like they can do better than whatever they are. I don't care if you're a trillionaire, popping, organized, all your plants are watered.
Jeff Bezos.
Whatever. You can still do better.
That's right. Always level
You can do more than one push-up.
You're a billionaire, you can be a trillionaire.
Like, keep going. What the fuck is wrong with you? Lazy, But yeah, so I just definitely empowerment, because I struggle with that, y'all. I struggle.
Yeah, we all struggle with different things. Yeah. No matter how strong. I think, and this is, I think, so as black people, we're seen as so strong, especially as women. Like, the black women in our community, a lot of them are so strong. But, like, I think it's good to rely on, and just say, hey, it's good. I think it's so good to have vulnerability. And just say, hey, I have a community that supports me, that loves me, that cherishes me.
I love my community. And my community doesn't let me do shit by myself. If I say I'm starting a clothing line, they're supporting. When I started I make cookies, y'all. My community was like, oh, you making cookies now, bitch? We buying cookies.
Books.
Hello. They were like, oh, you making cookies? Oh, we're supporting your cookies. So
that's right.
I make infused cookies. Infused is a safe word.
You must be 21 or older, guys. You must be 21 or older.
18 up, whatever.
Or 18, I don't know what that is.
Infused cookies, wink, wink, and Love on Top Pancake Shop. I have a new website. I have a website. I have branding for everything, which is why, to bring it all back, you should join College of Dope Ass Writers, our 8-week program, which starts March 30th.
Yes.
The link is in my bio on my Instagram page.
So check it out.
And it's also College of Dope Ass Writers. And if you're the next 9 people, then I would give you a 50% off code. Mama Amira is an amazing professor down in Florida, and she's going to be one of our guest speakers. I think she said she might be joining the course too. I'm not sure. She really doesn't need to. She's an amazing professor, and she helped me become an amazing professor at Clark. So which is empowerment.
Yes.
Mental health. Getting through breakups. Getting through your everyday.
Yeah, the everyday.
I also teach. As spoken word artists, we tend to write about everything. Like, if you write a poem about Atlanta, people tend to write everything about Atlanta. What if you were to just write about the history of the Hawks? What if you were just to write about Dominique Wilkins? What if you were to write about
specialized?
Yeah. What if you were to narrow that scope? I can teach you how to narrow that scope. I can teach you how to be a great performer. I can teach you how to publish a book. I can teach you marketing and promotions. I can teach you how to become a millionaire as a poet. So
there's so many things. Like you have so many gems just in there in that mind. Just gotta get it out and share it to the world. Yeah. But yeah, as we conclude, y'all, we had we had this question that we like to drop on everybody. Just say hey, get ready. So if life
what's up, Kendall?
Because I know you like analogies as a poet. If life is like a house.
Oh shit.
What is one foundational piece your house stands on? If you had just at least, I know there's so many things. Integrity. Would you elaborate?
Yes. So do what the fuck you say you're going to do. And so on the artist side, one of the examples I was given, I think week 6 in the workshop was, if you decide, I also give you as artists the questions to ask before booking, right? Yeah. Because you can make a mistake and short yourself some money. So if you decide, and I'm just making this up, that you've agreed to do a show for $50, a sandwich, and a Coke, and you show up and you realize that 1,000 people have paid $100 to come see this show, you still better perform your fucking ass off, because you agreed. You agreed before you got there. And that is what integrity is. Integrity is being your best self when no one is watching. So if it's not, and making sure that your camp, your people around you are able to eat. Make sure that everyone can eat. It's just like the art game, the rap game is just like the drug game. If you're, I promise you, if your people around, if your camp can't eat, and you at the top talking about, oh, I'm popping, I'm making these millions, they coming for your throat.
Good luck.
They're coming for you. They're coming for your throat. They're going to leave you. They're going to turn their backs on you, etc. I'm not saying you got to pay everybody. And I say pay. You don't got to pay or pave everybody's way. But you do, like if you're saying, hey, you're my crew. Hey, I care about you. Yeah. Hey, then let me give you the jewels to make you better, which is what I was going to say about Amir Baraka, Sonia Sanchez, Nikki Giovanni. They were great, but they never had that circle and said, hey, spoken word artist, this is what you do. Or this is at least what I did. Because they don't know what's coming. They didn't know all this technology was coming. TikTok has been born since I've been in Atlanta. Yeah. TikTok is like it's 5 years old. Yeah, like it's something like even Instagram. Yeah. It's Instagram. I think even Facebook was born since I've been
2004, I believe.
Yeah, and maybe something like that. So think of all the things that weren't around 10 years ago. So they didn't know what was coming, but just take care of people who take care of you. Be kind to people. Don't be an asshole to people. If you want to make jokes about yourself. Yeah. And that way people can feel comfortable and you, I've learned that a long time ago when I started doing comedy. Don't make fun of people in the audience unless you know them, because they may kill you.
Yeah, that's true. No, literally.
Literally. My homeboy, Will, the real one, he was a host in Miami, and he owned his own poetry spot, and he's a funny guy. He's 6'4", and he was just making jokes about these hip-hop artists who came on probably the same way all of us would. They bombed. I think they bombed, and then it's speculative that they are the ones who came back around and shot and killed him in front of his spot back in 2009, I believe. And so it's just
crazy.
Yeah. What's up, Fit with CJ? It's another one of my homeboys. I won a 5K off of his, and then had a really good 5K off of his page. I want to be in your next video, CJ. What up, though?
All right, so we closed that segment. So integrity. That is the foundational piece of your house. And so as we wrap this part up, we have this very, very last segment.
I'm good.
It's called the question of the day, and the question of the day is: if you were hosting the Grammys, not Trevor Noah, if you were hosting it, who would you award the best singer of 2022?
Oh, fuck. I have no idea who was singing. Who was singing in 2020?
Singing, rapper. It could be any, musical artist.
God.
It could be
I wasn't
paying
attention to no fucking body. All right, let me think. Who the fuck was out there? Okay, Doja Cat, Pops.
There's Megan Thee Stallion, there's Doja,
did Megan Thee Stallion get
there's so many people.
Did Megan Thee Stallion get Grammys the year before?
I don't think so.
In 2019?
If I'm not mistaken, I don't think
because she came out with 19 she came out with Big Ol' Freak. She came out with Tina Snow.
I don't think she received the Grammy, but I could be wrong. No, she was just a nominee.
Okay.
Oh no, her first time being nominated is this go around. I thought she was getting nominated since 2019.
All right. Oh my God, this is gonna be so ill. Let me say this. This is gonna be so ill informed. So
yeah, I mean, there's so many people. There's Nas, D-Smoke. There's Freddie Gibbs. There's
there's so many people. So my knee
Jay Electronica.
Jay Electronica. He's been around for 37. Did he come out with something?
Dude has out. He's up for album of the year, best rap album of the year, with D-Smoke and Nas and all of them.
Okay. So, just for fun, I probably would give best whatever we're giving out.
Best musical artist. Yeah.
To D-Smoke and to Megan Thee Stallion.
Okay.
Just because D-Smoke kind of was making his way, then he went on the TV show, and then he blew. And so it's he already was being an artist beforehand, so he was putting in his work. He was humble enough to go on the TV show. He wasn't like, fuck that, I've been, I'm already out here popping.
Oh, you're talking about rhythm and,
rhythm and flow.
Yeah.
So he was humble enough to go on there and then still blow from there, and then was putting on great performances. So D-Smoke, I want to do a song with you. So let me do 16 bars on your shit. You know what I mean? Anybody know D-Smoke out there?
Man,
my friend Nichelle, who does
it sounds like between Megan Thee Stallion and D-Smoke, she's leaning towards D-Smoke. Because I'm leaning towards D-Smoke.
Well, it's male and female, so I'm giving...
Oh, they have I thought they have
we're making this a word up.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
We're making this Grammy up.
But no. Check this out. If you had it to do one person, who would it be? You got to choose one. You got to choose one.
Well, then I'm going with Megan Thee Stallion.
Okay.
Because not enough women win shit overall in the world.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well,
I'm going with Megan Thee Stallion. She's got guests. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I'll give her album of the year, so her guest on the album can also win too.
All right.
Yeah. So
nice.
And then spoken word and R&B, progressive R&B album of the year is gonna go to "F Your Feelings" by Robert Glasper, so we can all win.
That's right. That's right. So
sorry, Chloe and Haley. I love you. You guys can come in second.
Thank you guys so much for listening and tuning in. Thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you for having me
really
here, Andre. I appreciate you. This is great energy.
It's been a vibe. It's been a vibe. So, man, make sure y'all follow her on Instagram at the Queen Sheba, and check out. I'll leave the link below for all the different courses and stuff like that she has. And be sure to reach out. Reach her, slide in the DMs. Make sure you just try to see how you can learn something, because she's had a lot of gems that she's dropped, and this is only the surface level.
20 years, you guys. 20 years of experience.
Years of experience. So there we go. So anyways, thank you guys again, and be sure to follow the Speak Your Life podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, everywhere, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcast. And again, we are expanding on YouTube. We're focusing a lot more on video content as well, because we know a lot of y'all on YouTube, like myself, and we're just so excited to be growing on there as well. So, and the last thing we also want to say is become a supporter by being a patron supporter. You can be a monthly supporter as little as $1 to there's $5, $10. There's different
that's what's up.
Levels of sponsorship for there's different giveaways and things like that. We want to reward people for being part of the community and just saying thank you, because without you guys we wouldn't even be here. So thank you. Your support is much appreciated and allows us to do this amazing content with amazing people. So anyways, love you guys, and we'll see you on the next episode. Peace.
Peace, y'all. Order your cookies.
Peace.
Order your cookies.
Get your
Order
cookies.
your cookies. Get your
Cookies.
Get your cookies. Peace out. I'm going home to bake, so DM me your cookie orders. Peace out.
Oh man. Okay. So again, we're not done just yet. Psych. We were just playing with y'all.
We're back. Psych your mind.
Yeah, so basically we just wanted to thank you for staying to the end of this episode, and we just wanted, obviously we mentioned how Queen Sheba is being nominated for a Grammy this year, and so we just wanted to give you a little sample of what she got going on, the sauce,
The
so
sauce?
go ahead, you get a little sauce,
drip, you know what I'm saying?
Not the whole
This
thing, but
poetry
you know what I'm
drip.
saying, like give it a little piece, give it a little snippet. So what we got?
Here's a little something. Look, they tricked us. You're not supposed to love it unless I'm half nude, nipples protruding through on the video shoot, but you already know what I'm about. A self-sponsored headhunter, red, black, and green on my medallion, a black fist on my afro pick. First rule, only fools Google the revolution. I tell these players the same as I tell these street hustlers. Your position's entry level, fronting like you're an executive and you work in the mailroom, getting FICA like Louima, plunging in the bathroom while record execs got the office with the window. Rebel music makes gangsters clap for a different reason. No hammers, no barrels, just applause and a reason to go home. And I can't lie and say I ain't thought about suicide, but if Jesus walks, then Allah runs marathons. Kickbox your skeletons, plan to make better decisions, work smarter, play harder, let your children love their father, procreate, plant seeds like a garden, and pray to God they find peace and self-knowledge. Because you're not supposed to love yourself unless you wake up like the Simpsons. Everybody hates Chris and end up like Bobby and Whitney. Take control like Dave, put the Chappelle show on hold and chant Pharaoh, Pharaoh. Tell the police to release the chokehold and let my motherfucking people go. Peace.
Now we out.
Come to the Grammy party on the 14th at Apache Cafe.
That's right.
393 Marietta Street.
$10.
Dress for the cameras, y'all.
Yeah.
$10 a Grammy party. It's a restaurant.
They got a red carpet, y'all. They got a red
carpet. Step and repeat. Come through. $10 Grammy party. Come on.
All right.
Peace out.
Peace.